Welcome to Lake Okeechobee, a super massive lake right in the middle of the state here down in South Florida. So why am I here? Well, from here, I'm roughly 61 from the Atlantic Ocean. I'm right in the middle, and I'm gonna walk all the way to the beach. Now, I'm gonna do that 61 miles in one day, 24 hours, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll be fun, he said. Go hike through the swamp for 24 hours. It'll be easy. You've done this before, he says. So I'm now 10 miles into the 63-mile Ocean Lake Trail, attempting it in under 24 hours, hoping for 21. So far so good. The conditions are perfect here in the middle of June in South Florida. So the one problem with doing this, once I start heading into the mainland, it's nothing but swamp. It's gonna be almost entirely flooded. Right now it's June, and this is pretty much the worst possible time I could be doing this. Well, you can't say he didn't know what he was getting himself into, but maybe a little bit worse conditions than even I expected. The trail's gonna be entirely flooded. It'll probably be a little bit overgrown. It is alligator mating season currently. Every evening there's afternoon showers and thunderstorms. That last time you tried was pretty good. February. Oh, February in Florida. A tip to anyone who's looking to hike here, February and January are amazing. The water levels are low, the temps range from 30 degrees to 60, the bugs don't bother you at all, and the alligators aren't mating. They're a lot more docile of a bunch in the winter. Oh, February. I've wanted to do this for a long time. I can't keep waiting and waiting and waiting for that perfect time. You know, there's never gonna be a perfect time. I'm gonna camp by the lake tonight, and then I'll get going in the morning. Well, how bad can the camping be? I've got my fully enclosed tent. I'm sleeping on the lake. I'm basically glamping out here. So it's 4 a.m. currently. I'm just getting up for the morning, but something was waking me up. Something's been waking me up for the past hour. You know, my back was just itchy, my arm was itchy. Then I realized after an hour of scratching my back and scratching my arm, that I'm not itchy. I'm getting bit by fire ants. There's fire ants in this tent. What? Not exactly the alarm I was looking for. Oh, fire ants. Well, at least they got me up early so I could get my day started at 4 a.m. That's pretty nice. Alright, so one last look at the lake. Off in the distance you can see the lights of Port Mayaca. And we're gonna get going. "24 hours of hiking through the swamps of South Florida in the middle of June. I think it is time." A pretty docile start. It was very shortly after this that reality hit me. Hiking through overgrown brush, and then entering the swamp. Alright, so about 2 hours in now, 2-hour update, and it's definitely setting in just how wet this hike is going to be. I had no idea just how wet this hike was going to be. This section of trail here is normally dry, and yet here I am trudging through water. So that definitely means the next 30 miles are gonna be exactly this. Trudging through water, through slightly different landscapes. First half of this trail is gonna be super wet. And then it should slowly peter off as I cross that halfway point. And that's why I started at this end first. I need to get done with 30 miles in the first 10 to 12 hours. I need to make it through all these wet sections in the daylight. Because, oh God, would this be a nightmare hiking through at night? Well, he's not wrong. I can't imagine a more horrifying experience than night hiking a trail like that. Well, I guess there is one thing. Earlier, hiking through this water, while it was a little bit darker, you know, I have this bright headlamp. I actually saw off in the distance, I don't know, 100 feet away, like hanging out near some bushes, 2 white eyeballs just like staring straight at me. I don't know exactly what it was, but I'm gonna assume it was a bobcat. Definitely not a panther. That is just incredibly unlikely. So probably a bobcat just checking me out, wondering what the heck I'm doing out here. And I gotta agree, what the heck am I doing out here? Nope, not getting stalked by a bobcat. The only thing that would make this worse would be extended periods of rain, thunder, and lightning. So naturally, it started to rain for the next 14 hours straight. I thought at one point that maybe I should have checked the weather. And then I remembered, I did check the weather. It was supposed to rain only once, briefly. But I guess given my movement, I was quite literally walking with the rain as one. There was a point about 11 hours and 27 miles in where it got so bad, I was huddled up underneath some bushes with my umbrella above me doing the please don't get struck by lightning yoga pose. Now, I had called my mom while doing this, and as she picked up the phone, a bolt of lightning struck no more than 100 feet away from me. So with my mom on the phone, I started screaming involuntarily. It just kind of came out. I can't say I've ever been so close to being struck by lightning before. And in that moment, I'm sure my mother was very happy to hear from me. And also in that moment, I quit. After 12 hours and 30 miles, just about halfway, but nearly my entire time spent in the rain. Now, I could have kept going, but the rain was scheduled to continue on into the night, and in the end, I do this for fun. All I really want is to come out of an experience better off than when I left for the experience. You know, did I succeed? No. But that's fine. I had a pretty good time trying it. And, you know, there was a time not too long ago where I couldn't even dream of doing things that I've done since. You know what? If I never went out and I never tried any of those things, I never would have done any of those things. So, honestly, I'm just happy I tried. I'm happy that I continue to try. No matter how silly sometimes it can seem, you never know. You may succeed. And if you don't succeed, I'm sure you'll learn a lot from it. So even though I've walked for the past 12 hours in the rain, I think I'm a lot stronger for it. a lot better off here in this little hiking world, on this little hiking adventure. So, yeah, you know, you gotta get out and try it. You know, you gotta practice, and then practice some more.